Hello, in this video, I will be telling about the difficulty level of EPFO UPSC examination. On 30th of November, this examination is conducted, and the paper was a bit on tougher side in some section, and in some section it was on easier side. If I talk about the accounting principle, the accounting principle was on the easier side because in the last video I talked about the accounting principle important topic, and from those topics 8 to 9 questions are asked, such as going concern, matching concept, accrual, and matching concept, and money measurement concept. So if you have really covered accounting principle, that too of class 11th, then questions are solvable. Now talking about labor law are not the questions from labor law are direct. If I talk about trade union act, factory act, minimum wages act, and interstate labor act, maternity benefit act, and topics such as factory dispute act, these type of questions, from these questions were direct, such as there was question of partial disablement, permanent disablement, and temporary disablement. So these questions are direct in nature from labor act, and the formula, there was a formula based question related to relevant factor multiply by monthly wages multiply by percentage given in the chart sheet of temporary disablement. For that, the question was related to fatal. So whenever the concept is fatal is there in the question, then we apply 50% to multiply by mf, that is 50% multiply by monthly wages, and multiply by relevant factor. So some formula related questions were there. And if I talk about English, the English from English, the questions was bit lengthy, because there was questions related to immigration, migration. The passage was bit lengthy, and the options were also confusing. So if I talk about English, then the English was moderate, but accountancy and labor law was on the easier side. And if I talk about science is really on the tougher side, because if I compare the level of science of this examination or to CDS, CAPF, and CDS examination, then EPFO science is on the tougher side. So this is also the signal for upcoming examination conducted by UPSC, that what will be the level of upcoming examination. So candidates should get some idea, clue, and masses from this difficulty, that they have to upgrade and enhance their level of preparation for science section, if they are specifically targeting from CAPF assistant commandant or CDS examination. And for civil services, this is also a signal that questions from polity and history is going to be very difficult, because if I talk about questions related to polity, then it was a bit lengthier as compared to other examinations. But there is a confusion related to a question, which is related to directive principle of state policy of the constitution. There are four options: uniform civil code for all persons living in India, provision for early childhood care and education to children up to the age of 14 years, and promotion of international peace and security. uh, Here the correct answer is only three. Many YouTube channels, teachers are claiming that all the options are correct, but let me tell you, as per the 44 constitutional amendment act, the provision for early childhood care and education to the children up to the age of 6, not 14 year of age. So if I eliminate option 2, then option A, B are incorrect. Then obviously there is option that uniform civil code for all people living in India. So it is not for all people living in India, it is specifically for citizen of India. So the correct answer is option D. And from economic section only two questions were there. First question is GVA, gross value added. The answer is 55%. And another is related to fiscal health index, 2025, published by Niti Aayog, National Institute of Transforming India. So overall, questions from economy were factual in nature, and it was moderate. So from mathematics, as I consider my math very good, but if I talk about the level of difficulty in this, see, the questions were not difficult in nature, but the time allotted for 120 questions, and in those 20 to 120 questions, 10 questions from 10 to 12 questions from mathematics, and if those 10 to 12 questions, few questions were solvable through assumption, approximation, and heat and trial method. So it take time to apply these three concepts in a question, because there is a question related to addition. How many probabilities that number of probable numbers can be formed, where the 10 digit and where the 10 100 digit and the unit digit sum is equal to 10 digit. So these type of question need hit and trial concept, permutation and combination concept. So here the questions were lengthy in nature. That's why it become very difficult to crack those questions in this short interval of time. So I would like to rate mathematics on the tougher side because of the management of difficulty, number of questions, difficult nature of questions, and the time. So it was very difficult to manage the time to solve those questions. So overall, if you are scoring 65 to 70 correct questions in this examination, so you can hope for this, as the number of seats are really very less. But hope for the best for upcoming stage of this examination. If you are correcting 65 to 70 questions, because the questions were from few in few sections, questions were on tough side. And if you see, I have made notes of all the important concept of accountancy and labor law, so that's why I'm able to hit more questions in this examination. I'm also hoping good for positive result in this examination. At the same time, get masses idea, clue, and information from this level of question, that what will be the next what will the level of difficulty in the upcoming examination of UPSC, because UPSC is examination which give a massive signal through its examinations. All right, just try to track different examinations such as geology scientist, um, paper, CDS, CPF paper, because this will give you, you will able to forecast the level of difficulty in advance. And mm, there is also similar type of vacancies going to be announced in the month of 2020, in the month of March 2026, assistant labor commissioner examination, where the questions where the question where the syllabus is bit similar to the EPFO examination. And this examination is also very prestigious examination conducted by UPSC, so one can target for that. But many people are confused regarding the eligibility, educational eligibility of this examination. But let me tell you, if you are simple graduate, then you can apply for this examination. And today there was also examination called CAT. I was not able to appear for that examination because of the classing of two examination on the same day. But if in that examination, LRDI, VRC, and quantitative aptitude. If I talk about the level of difficulty of these three, the VRC was on the tougher side, LRDI and quantitative aptitude were moderate. So overall, this was my analysis regarding this examination. Again, I would like to conclude the overall thing. Labor law and accountancy was on the easier side. Superficial knowledge and basic understanding of this of the concept will going to help you to solve the question correctly. English was a bit lengthier, and history, um, polity, it was moderate, but it was lengthy. Science, it was really very tough. Science and tech part was really very tough because some questions from organic chemistry, some questions from um, uh, what called artificial intelligence, chat gpt. So contemporary topics were also there. I got a question wrong. See, there was a silly mistake in there where questions were related to hardness of water. So I got confused regarding I got, their options, and I marked the wrong answer there. So it was very questions were framed in such a nature that one tend to confuse regarding the correct answer. Okay, so overall the paper was good, and I am scoring ranging between see, I have corrected 65 to 67, because some YouTube channels, some answer key, some sites are giving a different answer of the same question. So I have kept a range ranging between 62 to 68. So it is good score. Mm, I'm hopeful regarding the result. Hope for the best, and target, focus, and achieve the next goal with 100% efforts. Thank you.